Look at the book of the Apocalypse, Revelations. It's not just a story or a fable. You're living it right now.
Who can say that we'll be alive tomorrow?
Humanity has to wake up.
No matter how badly we've messed up, God's love is more powerful.
She said one time, "My dear children, what I started in Fatima, I will finish in Medjugorie. My heart will triumph."
I'm here to warn you. I'm here to prepare you for the storm. The storm must come.
I'm living only for the moment when I'm with Blessed Mary.
We are heading toward a major, major change.
First day of the apparition, I repeat so many times, but it's always like first time. It was the 24th of June, and Ivanka and me, we wanted to be alone. And we was walking down of the hill, what we're calling now Apparition Hill. And we was talking about normal things, what two girls of this age can talk. And in one moment, Ivanka tell me, "I think that Blessed Mary is on the hill." I didn't watch because for me it was impossible. We was grow up in communism regime and we didn't have freedom of the faith. I didn't know that Blessed Mary can come on the earth. I was think she is in heaven and we praying. And Ivanka tell me, when she tell me that she think that the Blessed Mary is on the hill, I said, yes, she don't have anything another to do and she come to us. And I leave her on this place. I want to return the home. But when I was on the first houses, I felt inside of me that I must return. It was like a call, but so strong call inside that you cannot do anything another. And when I returned, I saw Ivanka on the same place. And she told to me, look at now, please. And I saw a woman in the long gray dress holding baby in the hands. Everything was strange because nobody was going to the hill, especially not in the long dress with a little baby in the hands. And we saw Blessed Mary on the same place, but now without a baby in the hands. And this day, 25 June 81, it was first time that we come in front of her. And she presented herself. She said, my dear children, you don't be afraid of me. I am Queen of Peace. And like this, our daily apparition started.
Are these people crazy? Or, you know, what's the deal?
I'm sure that I'm normal, but how much I'm crazy, like all the people who live in this world.
And the Medjugorie visionaries are so consistent. 30 years they have been so consistent. They are not telling lies. There is no need of doubting the credibility of the visionaries. And we know from the scientific test that their experience is also genuine. During the operational experience, I believe the visionaries are in a unique mental state. They are partially cut off from the rest of the world. I'm Dr. James Paul Pandarakalam. I'm a member of the American Society for Scientific Exploration. Psychiatry is in my blood. What Medjugorie as a professional has taught me is that there are things beyond the quantum mind. And there is a spiritual consciousness which will survive the physical extinction of the physical body.
In these first days, I didn't think anything, only when I will see her. I didn't think what my parents say, I didn't think what priests say, what my grandmother. I only, inside of myself, I was only feeling when I will see her. I only living for this. And only this was important for me.
When a young man came and said, people say that Our Lady appeared in Medjugorie, etc., so nobody could believe. I mean, that was something completely new. That was a moment when the life of the whole region changed. And then Medjugorie, as one of so many parishes in the area, became the focus.
But all these years, I've tried my level best to explain Medjugorie without Mary. I have to admit that I have not succeeded. I've never been able to debunk Medjugorie. On the other hand, I'm believing it more and more.
There's lots of police and a military presence here from the communists because they thought it's the plot against the government, you know. So we never saw so much policemen with all the guns and with the big fancy cars, helicopters was around.
Living communism, it's very difficult. Even now, so many years after, sometimes when I'm talking to pilgrims, I feel now they will come. And immediately, oh no, it's finished with communists. Nobody will bring me now, nobody will hurt me now. Now I can talk about God.
My name is Alfred Kingen, and my wife and I visited Medjugorie 24 years ago, a generation plus ago. I was then the United States ambassador to the European Union, which was then called European Communities. So I went over to the White House as Secretary of the Cabinet, Assistant to the President, Secretary of the Cabinet. That was the power position. That was 24/7. It was unbelievable. I was close to the President. I was a great ambassador, really terrific. Why? Because I'm smart? No. Because I had politics. I was Secretary of the Cabinet. I could call cabinet members. I could call the President. My adult life, I was fascinated by Marian apparitions, starting with Fatima. I became ambassador in 1987. I said, one of the things we have to do is go to Medjugorie. So we picked a time and went to Medjugorie. that was it. You know, I just wanted to, if I could, meet some of the seers, see the place, and all that, which is exactly what happened. Those having the apparitions clearly were having the apparitions. We got there, and he introduced us to Maria and her translator, Kathleen Parasol. And we talked a lot, and Maria invited us to lunch. Maria excused herself for a minute, came back with Mary's latest message, and said, "Can you get this to President Reagan?" I said, "I can." I went back to Brussels, wrote a 4-page letter describing all the various events of the Marian apparitions in Medjugorie, and sent it to the president. He was moved. He wrote a letter to Maria. When I came back to the White House and we had a long talk about it, he was very touched and very moved. And she gave me the message a second time, said, "Maybe we can get this to Gorbachev." And I said, "I have to get it translated, but I'll try." The ambassador, our last ambassador to the Soviet Union, Jack Matlock, was a friend. And I asked Jack, "Can I talk to you privately for a few minutes?" He said, "Yes." I told him about the apparitions. He says, "I don't believe in those." And I said, "Well, I have a message, a translation of a message from supposedly the Virgin Mary. Can you get it to Gorbachev?" He thought for a minute and said, "I will." He got it to Gorbachev. I know Gorbachev received it. I can't tell you if this had an effect on Gorbachev or not. I'd like to think it's part of the thing that influenced him. The Cold War ended shortly thereafter.
I've been a priest for 10 years now, and I love it. Medjugorie really is a great gift. It's a gift to the world, it's supernatural. It's hard to put in human words.
I'm sorry because I not talk more about everything what will happen, but I can tell only one thing. We have this life what we living now, and we have life what coming with the triumph of the Blessed Mary's heart. Between these two times, we have one bridge, and this bridge is our priest. Because of this reason, Blessed Mary insisting so much for the prayer for them, because this bridge must be so strong that all of us can come to the triumph of Blessed Mary. Because in one of the last messages, she said, "With them I will triumph. Without priest, we don't have triumph of the heart of Blessed Mary."
When you see over 600 priests concelebrating, and when they come out during the Holy Communion, I mean, that's something which is unbelievable. That's, for me personally, one of the greatest miracles that I personally see in Medjugorje.
We come to be closer to God. Mary is very close here, and really, God is very, very, very good. I feel here a big, big love, and when I come home, I really can give to other people this love, really. Everything here is very amazing. Everything. Everything.
Yeah, I'm here the third time, and it's still great. There is so much peace and friends and laughing. Yeah, everything.
Young people think if they're following Jesus, everything will be forbidden for them. This is not true, because if you like to go to dance, to go out, why not? But dance with Jesus. Don't waiting for the peace in the drugs, in alcohol, in the things what they will kill you. Try to feel peace in Jesus, in your faith, in prayer, and you will have more fun because you will be clean inside.
Medjugorie!
36 kilometers.
About 12 hours.
32. All of you? Yes, together.
All of you together? Yes. Why?
Because we want to show our God that we respect Him.
We start at 11 o'clock yesterday and came at 7 o'clock. Yes.
This morning?
Yes.
Wow. So 8 hours?
Yes. This is a beautiful place, and everyone must come here and see this because this is amazing.
I always have apparition now every second day of each month, and I don't know how long I will have this apparition. And I praying all night because I cannot sleep. Tomorrow morning I'm coming to the Blue Cross with another pilgrims, and I praying with them. When I'm going to apparition, I don't feel this, I don't see this, because I'm living only for the moment when I'm with Blessed Mary. They love me so much and they want to touch me, and I understand. But I only don't understand when they changing me for Blessed Mary, because I'm nobody.
Not after that. Not after that at all. I definitely did not expect what just happened. I was literally 36 inches away from her face. What a wake-up call. I was not ready when I got out of bed. I was not ready for this experience at all. Because I didn't know how much power and how much love, faith is surrounded in one of these. There's a backflip. Because I promised if I saw Mary, I'd do a backflip. I didn't see her, but I got something way more exciting. I was really scared, and I really felt undeserving to be there.
You cannot choose one apparition and say that was better from another apparition, because all the time every time when I was with Blessed Mary, I'm in heaven. And I cannot say that one day in heaven was better than another day in heaven.
I was like, when am I gonna know? And I just seen her go, and she inhaled, like gasped for breath, and she just shot straight up, and then the tears just came out and uncontrollably. It was like an addict getting her fix. I mean, she was just, and she was riding a roller coaster.
I feel very happy because I will see Blessed Mary. I feel very sad because I know that I, after apparition, will not see her. And all this confusion in me, that only prayer can help me to survive.
Murjana's apparition on the second day of the month, it's so natural. The emotional expressions on her face, she's looking at a particular point. These are all beyond acting. Everybody can go and watch it. There is no reason to be skeptical.
Is she making this up? No way. I mean, just like the facial expressions that she had, it was like she was talking to like a long lost love.
It's important to have the message exactly the way Our Lady said, not to say more or less how the message was, but exactly the word by word.
I remember a message exactly how she said, only some minutes after apparition. And for this reason, it's very important that I telling the message immediately. And always next of me is my friend Mickey, and he always have the pen, everything ready.
When the guy came over to translate the message, she was kind of like in limbo. She was in shock a little bit. She had to come to her senses.
First, there is a great responsibility to make the right thing, not to make mistake in the writing.
When Our Lady was leaving, she showed on her left-hand side the darkness, and on the right-hand side, cross like in a golden light.
If you have clean heart, if you're trying to follow Jesus, you will be like this golden light.
The words are coming from the very Mother of God. Feel so privileged that it brings tears in your eyes, and you feel so great and you want it never to end.
But if you choose not God, you will walking in the darkness.
This all sounds crazy.
Well, it's good to be crazy.
Can you describe God's love and Our Lady's love?
It's not possible to describe this because every word what I'm saying to you, it's poor to describe beauty of her. Because you can see that God is not like they teach me on catechism, that God is in heaven and he only looking what you do wrong to judge you. Blessed Mary teach me different, that God is Father who loves us very much, who always trying with the love to help us, to change us. And even you can see that he's sending Blessed Mary here to help us, because Blessed Mary doing only God's will. And all this what's happening, it's love of God.
not lose your time. I will help you, because Heavenly Father sends me, so that together we can show the way of mercy and salvation to all those who do not know Him.
Blessed Mary tell to me that I need to choose one priest, and I must to tell him 10 days before what will happen and where.
I onda reći 2-3 dana prije što se događa i kada.
We are heading in the world toward a major, major change.
Look at the book of the Apocalypse, Revelations. It's not just a story or a fable. You're living it right now.
We have deteriorated. The spiritual convolution has been that bad.
Humanity has to wake up.
Not everything seems to be going in the right direction right now.
This is leading to something. It can't go on like this forever.
U svijetu stanje nikad nije bilo žalosnije i tjeskobe. Bog mora jedan još jači zahvat.
These messengers are meant to wake us up and shake us up.
This is not privilege. This is not privilege. For me, it will be more better if I can say now everything.
So these secrets are a message of consolation and a promise of protection, but of a needed purification.
I don't know why people always thinking that all the secrets are bad.
And if I look at the visionaries, they've seen it all, and yet they're happy. They're joyful. So the whole world is going to look at the faces of those visionaries because they're going to see in their eyes the secrets. Those eyes have seen what's going to have to happen. Yet they're smiling and sparkling. That gives me hope. So she's just being a good mother. And the secrets are already partially unveiled for those who have eyes to see.
These visionaries, they're not going out and buying mass food and guns and ammunition and building trenches to protect themselves, so I don't think I'll do that either. I think this is what you need.
We always talking about future, what will happen, where will happen, but I always saying the same. Who can say that we'll be alive tomorrow? What Blessed Mary teaching us is that we are ready now, this moment, to go in front of the God.
People usually think, I'm healthy, I'm young, there's life ahead of me. Young people, healthy people die as well. So I think that every single day should be unique experience in life.
I'm here to warn you. I'm here to prepare you for the storm. The storm must come.
How can God allow these things to happen?
I think that only who don't feel love of God yet can ask these questions. Why? Because it's not God who giving the war. God give you the freedom to choose what you want. If you want love, peace, or you want to kill your brother. And if you choose to make it war, it's not God who doing war, you doing war.
We are going through a difficult period. if you believe in the promises of Our Lady of Fatima and Medjugorie, there will be a period of peace following this chaotic period.
All the signs are there that we're heading to a major turning point.
She said one time, "My dear children, what I started in Fatima, on the apparition in Fatima, I will finish in Medjugorie. My heart will triumph. If heart of Blessed Mary will triumph, why we need to feel afraid?"
The forces of love and triumph, as articulated by Marian apparitions, will prevail. I pray to God I'm right.
Mary's talking about pray, pray, pray. Well, there's people who don't even know what prayer is or why they would even do it. It's basically, they don't even think about God. How can I help younger people come to see
With your
God?
example, you live everything what you feel here in Medjugorje, live in United States, and leave them to ask you how you change like this, why you talking like this, why you praying. And when you praying, you will understand when is the moment that you can say something. Because through your prayer, Jesus will talk. If you don't praying and you want to preach to another people, your words will do contrary. Only pray and leave Jesus to guide you. He will show you the way how help to other people. I believe in you. I'm sure that you can.
Because I'm still struggling. I mean, I have stopped doing a lot of the bad things, the wrong things, you know, because I know now, like, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
This is important, that you now know.
Right. You know, there's still a few things that I need to work on, but that's as far as my actions. Now, what I feel and think, I need to totally change that all, and that's a lifetime.
You have time, because it's important that you starting pray. And with your prayer, you will do all your things where they must be. Don't worry. You don't need to live in confusion how to do this, how to do this. Only put yourself in God's hand and pray. He will show you everything. Don't worry. It's important that you always have your smile. Because when I was I said yesterday to one young man from Argentina, and he said, before I was so sad because I didn't know love of God. Now I am so happy because I know love of God. I was thinking that he dying. Smile, show that you know how it's beautiful to have love of God, but with a smile, with joy.
Right. I stole something from you last year.
What? I said that I will kill you.
You were kneeling on a red kneeler. And like you got up and they took you, and then everybody went crazy, and I time went slowed down. I looked down and there was the kneeler, and I went.
It doesn't be mine.
I know
it's not mine, because when I coming to Blue Cross, they always somebody giving.
Right.
And I don't know from whom.
So I feel bad, but I don't, because I want
Don't
it.
worry. Don't worry.
So these are Pope John Paul's shoes, because he was never invited here by the diocesan bishop. He never came. So he sent his shoes to Mariana because he can never come, which is pretty cool. And he's Polish and I'm Polish, so that's awesome. But those are some nice shoes, aren't they? You're not gonna find those at Payless.
What is the purpose of Medjugorie and God's plan for humanity? Can you comment on that?
Peace. She said, I'm Queen of Peace. And I think that is to give peace for all children.
So how will all this end?
I cannot talk about this. When you say to somebody, you are unbeliever, you judge this person. She don't doing this. She always saying those who don't feel love of God yet. And I think that we are all these people. Because who can say I'm a good believer? Who can say I'm doing everything what God wants? I think that nobody can say this.
This is the place where Mary appeared first. In 1981, she appeared to 6 children. This statue back here signifies where she first appeared. The visionaries claim that there's these secrets, and when all of them are revealed, this will be the site of a permanent sign that the whole world will be able to see, which sounds crazy. It's got to be something that we can't fathom. So there's 3 conditions with this sign that's going to originate here. One is man will not be able to replicate it, duplicate it in any way. 2, it will be indestructible. And 3, it'll remain here for eternity. Wrap your mind around that one. It's a place where you can come and think about your life, where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. They still have apparitions here. You know, Mary comes here, you know, not in a rich, fancy hotel or something like that. She comes here, there's rocks, there's sticks, more rocks. And it's just pure and it's awesome. I think this is what you need.
Polskę szczególnie umiłowałem, mówi Jezus. A jeżeli będzie posłuszna woli mojej, wywyższę ją w potędze i w świętości. Z niej wyjdzie iskra, która przygotuje świat na ostateczne moje przyjście.